sophomore from the Dominican Republic, the transfer from Miami. As Coach Jack wants to get even more size in the lineup. There's Laila Phelia, the first bucket. Georgia Tech with a family emergency. Doesn't look like she's good to go. As Felia sprinkles down another shot.
Yeah, 42% from long range. Doesn't take a bunch of them, but...
And a short stint at Texas. Johnson gets doubled off the screen. Kymora, the star player for the Hoos, leaves Levy open. She cashes in. Yeah. Defensive efficiency. Felia tries to badger Clark here. High-low, Amanze, Weimer swimming through for two.
Offensively and defensively, Jillian Brown really helps his team.
Weimer, another basket on the drop-off from Johnson.
Yeah.
She gives it to you straight. She wants to coach people who like the tough love. Clark lines it up.
They'll keep this thing under control, but while letting them play. And shot blocking, we've talked about that a little bit so far this afternoon. Just see her growing in confidence.
Cavaliers love to zone on baseline out of bounds plays. They come up with the steal. Clark to the cup. Nice adjustments. Tough to find space in the paint. Clark whacks that shot away from Velez.
And I know you like to talk about her shot blocking ability.
In our estimate, from a guard standpoint, blocking shots. Burrows releases and hits.
Interesting stat with her, and we'll see that as the afternoon goes on.
Virginia nullifies a second chance try there. Johnson carves her way in the lane. And now Velez at the point after the early struggles from Darius.
Is Auger out of the lineup? A little bit different look at offense now.
That is block number 3 for UVA. Weimer fakes. Clark inside. Brown again from the corner. Weimer there to clean it up. Offensive rebound number 4 for UVA. Auger, who's got the high release.
Oh, yeah.
Of her game that Coach Jack wants to start using. Shot clock off here. 8 seconds to play in the quarter.
Syracuse switched into man-to-man right there.
Johnson weaving. That is so incredible.
Yeah, you want to be the second person off the ground, and she's playing against a taller player in Walker. Really nice move.
She got a little too physical that time.
Averaging 12.5 and 3, shooting 42% from long range.
Senior from Nigeria at 6'5". Johnson gets a step. Well, two coaches who have similar ideals, with Coach Mox playing under Coach Jack at Hofstra a couple of decades ago. Clark, that's another teardrop for the Hoos. Auger turned aside by Amanze. Burrows 3. They have really needed her to hit the outside shot. She's doing it so far today. 2-point range, just 3 for 12. Felia journeys to the free throw line, pulls up and hits.
Right before that 5-minute media timeout.
Mac, I think the growth with this UVA program as Felia hits another.
He's had a couple turnovers, but has played well.
Driving kick for Levy.
And how many times do you see a second opportunity?
First shot, Mac, right? It sucks the defense in.
Exactly, and then they scramble and got there just a little bit late.
One-handed shot from Felia.
You're on the same page you are, the better your team will perform.
Amanze sees 2 here. Drop off for Weimer. That's beautiful ball.
Give the ball up. You know, whether you switch it, whether you double it, alternate people, keep somebody fresh. And speaking of fresh,
Syracuse without a field goal made in about 3 minutes. Felia ducks the shoulder. She is in a groove right now. Had just 12 points in the last game against Virginia Tech. Amanze from just outside the net. Similar brain, right? We talked to Coach Mox before the game. She said we have a similar passion. We use our bigs. We emphasize rebounding and toughness, even if it comes from a guard. Felia, who had the scorching hot hand. This is a long-range tray. 18 points in the first half. She hasn't stopped here in the third quarter. Weimer pleading for the ball down low. She's got to get out of that lane, though, to avoid the 3-second call. Amonze, Weimer back in the paint.
And another assist for Amonze.
That's 4 of them. Journey Thompson begins the second half. She came off the bench to begin after starting the last 3 and sinks that jumper.
Wow, that was at the end of her range right there. Yeah, playing a little matchup zone.
Johnson on the bounce, skimming it in for Amonze. Yeah. Dominique will kind of calm her down at times. Levy on the fade.
Again, throwing it to the interior of that zone. And even when she's not making shots, you have to treat her as a real three-point threat, which opens everybody else up.
Weimer a threat down low, and Amonze gets her 5th assist of the game.
And from the high post, watch this pass to the outside hand, away from the defense, made
baskets. UVA #1 in the league in assists per game. Timer at 10. Johnson just shreds the ball away. Johnson scoots. Johnson scores.
To get the layup, and then watch this pick. A little pick 6.
There with Darius.
Got away with it.
Long pass, Burrows to Azoje, who hauls it in. Shot blocked. Johnson lifting it over to Clark. Amonze has it here. Weimer's got position. They try to help out with Thompson. Nice decision there from Journey.
Yeah, really good veteran play from the Arizona State transfer.
Burrows hit a couple in the first half. There she goes again. 4-point game here at JPJ. Virginia with the ball. It's been a seesaw beginning to this third quarter. Johnson finds herself as open as she's been all day long.
Yeah, almost happened that time.
It's been relatively quiet from 44 in Orange. 5 points and 4 rebounds. Azoje now goes to work.
Yeah, that was a...
Final 4, Elite 8, several NCAA tournaments. Now a steal here again. Schmidt setting the pace. Felia and one. Schmidt is in for Syracuse. Nice minutes from Schmidt.
Yeah, and she's known as, she's a three-point shooter, but...
Now Johnson tosses ahead, batted by Levy. Brown can't get that one to go. Burrows controls. Kira Scott is in. 1 in the orange. Now Schmidt. Scott on the ISO on a fall away. It's good.
That's a nice play.
10 offensive rebounds in this game, but only 6 second chance points.
There's an ISO for Azoje.
Amonze says no.
Yes, she did.
As Burrows will insert right in front of us. Felia gets a head start. Heads downhill, challenges Brown. Amonze alters that. Not going to get a lot of rest now. How does that change the calculus for a coach?
Well, Coach Mox is liking this because she's got more depth and more people she can put in the game. Those timeouts, it's going to be a little bit different on each bench.
And now Syracuse, following the timeout, goes into a 1-3-1. Johnson exposes that. Felia with 28.
Yeah, Clark with the defensive assignment right here.
Probably their best perimeter player on the defensive end. Felia had enough of that. Crowd getting noisy right now. Schmidt no-look dish. Burrows open.
Burrows on the road. No question. And they're also 2-0 on the road in league play.
And Azoje is a huge reason why. Weimer deflects that. Shot clock at 7. Johnson, back cut, Weimer, rejected, Azoje. 2 seconds to go on the clock, Brown heaves. And Syracuse would have a 7-point lead against a team that's undefeated in the league. I don't think you'd believe me.
I would not, and Burrows, 6 for 7. Not sure I would believe.
Helping Syracuse to an 11-0 run. Johnson draws 2. Weimer hesitates here. Now Clark, who's been kind of quiet today. Weimer finishes.
Nice play.
Clark goes inside.
There's inside out.
But the Orange recover here.
Sure did.
Johnson, tough shot, goes.
Little two-man game of Amonze and Johnson.
Amonze challenging that shot blocker, Azoje. Azoje wants the lob, instead gets it off the ground. Nice dish. Syracuse scores. It's Scott. But that's a big rebound there. 32 for Felia. Lob it down low. Azoje faces up and scores, stamping it off the window. Timeout, Coach Box.
Yeah, and Burrows leading the way on that along with Felia.
Almanze and one huge basket for the Hoos out of the timeout.
Yeah, Almanze get way too deep. You can catch that thing within the arc in there. You've got a real possible to try to overcome the deficit.
Oh, long pass. Scott wide open. Lays it up and in.
Oh, mental mistake right there. It was supposed to be.
Virginia's not intentionally giving up that pass,
Not
correct?
at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Azoje, Almanze pasting that shot back. And at 25 to go, Burrows says no to that back.
Yeah, no, unless Burrows gets it.
Scored a then career-high 22 against Virginia a year ago. Scramble on the deck. Syracuse has it. Azoje to Felia. Tries to get ahead of the pack. Felia to the basket. Why not? She's bounced back since.
Yeah, and she never let it affect the other parts of her game either.
Brown, who's had a rough afternoon. She is now 0 for 10 from the floor. Felia pads her stats. Time running out. Levy misses the bunny. Azoje a rebound. Syracuse once again ahead. Felia, why not? Another two. 38. Syracuse fighting tooth and nail for much of this game against Virginia, and the Orange blow it up. They win by 19 on the road to grab their first quad one win of the season.